Hello, and welcome to tonight's session of the Tales of Isalora. I am your humble Dungeon Master, Sam. Welcome to session 25 of our first campaign. Unfortunately, Jacob, who plays the druid Davith, is unfortunately not able to be here tonight. We wish him all the best, and hopefully he'll be back next session. We're powering through, and our resident bard Evie, Hannah, will be doing our recap tonight. So whenever you're ready, Hannah, take it away.
Nice. Last episode, we rejoined the Silver Vanguard as they soaked in the rich applause from winning the Colgar Gatu. It was a mighty triumph, although they didn't come off unscathed, having Davith knocked unconscious. He was swiftly seen to by the medics and brought back to health, so he too could bask in the praise for his fearless fight. Once out of the arena, the group were introduced to Alistair, a 20-year-old dwarf, to be the main contact to Bella's Iron Fist, to relieve Garrick now that the games had come to an end. They were also introduced to Terence, a prestigious tailor and personal friend of Bella's, who offered to meet up later on to organise attire fit for the upcoming gala. Shortly after, Evie received a sending message from Bellinor Amberwish, requesting a meeting in 1 hour's time to discuss his job proposal. Evie accepted the invitation. At the same time, Augustus also received a message that he was urgently needed for a matter regarding his past. Augustus relayed this to the team, so they all joined him to find out more details and to make sure it was safe. Augustus introduced the team to his sister-in-law, Juniperus, who had been instructed to summon Augustus urgently for a matter with their queen. Despite Augustus and Juniperus's rocky past, Augustus's loyalty to the queen was strong, so without hesitation, and with much emotion, particularly from Brill, Augustus bid the Silver Vanguard farewell. With a bit of a solemn feeling, the party returned to the Whispering Willow to have their meeting with Bellinor. Bellinor explained his work, inventions, and discoveries, and put forward his proposal for the party to time travel to try and find an object, which is depicted in some cave drawings, that is believed to have amazing transforming abilities. After further discussion and contemplation, the Silver Vanguard accepted the job offer and agreed to go in a couple of days' time. Feeling tired and heavy from the day's motions and activities, the party settled in for a long rest. The following day, they organised a meet-up with Terence to talk attire for the upcoming gala. While Brill, Davith, and Quilbeth were settled with standard dress, it was to Terence's delight that Aurora and Evie asked for him to let loose and use his magic to illuminate their beauty. And that is where we resume.
That is where we resume. Thank you very much, Hannah. You have DM's inspiration for this session if you need it as a re-roll for a D20 test. So that is where we find ourselves. You, the Silver Vanguard, are at Terence's shop. He has been in a whirlwind of fabric and silk as you have been working with him to design different outfits. Both you and Aurora, Evie, are slightly more complicated, but you both have an idea of what you want in your mind, and over the afternoon work together with him. The rest of the party also puts forward different ideas of how they want to look, and things come together slowly but surely. Is there anything else that you guys would like to be doing outside of getting these outfits done before the time of the gala?
So the gala's tonight, isn't it?
Correct. The gala is roughly about 6 o'clock, which includes dinner and the closing celebrations. And as you guys are in the shop, you hear the celebrations throughout the city coming to a close anyway. Each district has been celebrating the Centurum Festivus in its own way. You know, the upper celebrates it one way, the Anvil celebrates it one way. The Fool's Quarter obviously hosts the Colgar Gatu itself at the stadia, but each separate district over the days of the Centurum Festivus have been celebrating. And the celebrations are coming to a fever pitch as they come to this crescendo on the final day, and the final day being the gala that you are all invited to, and assume the rest of the participants have also been invited to. So if there isn't anything else that you guys would like to be doing, you see Alistair, he's been sitting and waiting for you guys as you have been working on your outfits. That comes to a finish with what in how you like them to be done. And you take your outfits, you retreat back to the Whispering Willow where you start to get ready. Rob, did you want to say something?
Yeah. But on the way back, I would have liked to have grabbed a raggedy cloak and mask while I was down on the clothing section. Not for the gala, just in general. I just wanted to buy those items.
A mask separate to the mask you have during the gala?
Yeah, just like a nondescript, just like anyone could have one. Same with the cloak. It's just like everybody commoner mask and cloak.
You have a traveling cloak that you've used in order to travel?
I'll just want to buy a separate one or both.
Yeah, too easy. You make that known to Terrence, and he is able to grab those items for you, no problem.
Cool.
He puts them on your bill, which will be settled at a later stage. You guys retreat back to the Whispering Willow. You remove the stuff that you are wearing and begin to get ready.
I feel like Aurora and I channel into full girl, and we decide to just like full pamper and just makeup and hair and the works.
Great. That's so as you guys kind of finish up and come down, there are still a lot of folks that are trying to catch a glimpse of the winners of the Colgar Gatu. And while the security does a good job at the place where you're staying to keep you guys separated, Alistair arrives to lead you through the city to the palace. As Alistair escorts you from the Whispering Willow through the city until you reach the steps of the Marble Palace, you witness the joyous celebrations and frivolity as the Centurum Festivus comes to a close. Folks of all kinds are dressed in bright colours. Shouts and laughter and fun ring out throughout the city. Impeccably dressed men and women, some with personal guard, some without, approach with you from all corners of the underground metropolis to converge on the Marble Palace, or more specifically, the Colgar Gatu, or as it's known in common, the Hall of Champions. Alistair leads you. Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I meant to say before we left, I would have disguised self to change my appearance enough that anyone who would know me well wouldn't recognize me. But other than that, I'm still a halfling.
Okay. So, what kind of differences would you be making?
I would be making subtle changes to the face, enough that if someone who knew me in a past life saw me, wouldn't recognize. Maybe slightly change the eyebrows, different nose, mouth slightly different. Things like that. Just
eye color. Yep.
Yeah, all of those things that were just enough to subtle enough that it's just. Yep. It's just a halfway.
Great.
Cool.
Good.
In the car. Oh no, we're not in a car, are we? Because cars don't exist yet.
Nope.
In the form of transport that we're in on the way.
You're walking.
Cool. In our party. I do the ritual for comprehend languages as well, so that I can understand what's going on and being spoken about around me.
Great. Yep, no worries. So both of those, I think, last for an hour. And I will let you know roughly when an hour will go up, so that if you want to re-up it,
I can just ritual it again, can't I?
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes for
Yeah,
you to like ritually cast this and, channeling power through one of your instruments. Kind of, it's not a simple do it, but you could also just spend a spell slot
Sure.
and do it if you wanted to.
Okay.
But I'll let you know roughly,
In and out.
Alistair leads you through a wing of the palace, the halls decked with paintings and statues of great figures of both dwarven history and mythology. As you draw closer to the end of a large, long hallway, you begin to line up behind various members of important Delthorndrian nobility and other people of note. The pair in front of you, a male and female dwarf, step forward and a figure announces their names. Hailing from the town of Geshnava, Lord Thornstan Ironborn and Lady Michelle Ironborn. They enter, and Alistair moves forward and whispers to the announcer. He looks at you curiously and waits a beat for the previous couple to fully move into the room. Hailing from the Iron Kingdom and beyond, the champions of this Centurum Festivus, Colgar Gatu winners, the Silver Vanguard. As Alistair leads you forward, you pass through the large ornate doors into the Hall of Champions. Who's moving into this hall first? Leading the troop.
I can.
Okay, Evie, great. As you step into this large ornate hall, can you describe what you look like in your fancy dress, please?
My fancy dress. I have my hair up with curls draped and coming down. I'm in a full length ball gown. It's a fitted bodice with a full skirt, a sweetheart neckline, off the shoulder fitted long sleeves. It's a beautiful ocean blue color. There's intricate embroidery in silver in panels down the skirt as it drapes down, and then matching embroidery all down and around the bodice. It's embellished with opals and pearls, particularly up my sleeves in honor of Shreveport, my hometown. On one hip, I have a beautiful bejeweled dagger that's sheathed. And on the other hip, I have my iconic pan flute and a beautiful leather holder with more opal and pearl design.
Great. Thank you. Coming up behind you eagerly to have a look and see this dwarven city, Davith continues forward. He is wearing, he has his customary staff with the serpent head on top. He is wearing deep brown clothes. He has his Silver Vanguard cloak that he was wearing with the clasp that you guys wore to the Colgar Gatu. He has these dark pants with almost like thorns that worked their way up the sides. These deep brown leather boots that are pulled up that also have these thorns. And yeah, it's very well dressed. Not as intricate as yours, Evie, but strong and very dwarven themed. Who is following Davith as you guys continue in making your entrance?
I'll go next.
Okay, thank you, Aurora. What do you look like as you enter?
So I've got my hair all nicely done. It's kind of in like a half up, half down. I'm wearing a floor-length A-line gown with a sweetheart bodice. And, like, lace all throughout. So it's starting from the neck and going down my shoulders, all the way down my arms into like a point at the end. The lace goes down the bodice and kind of flows in with the rest of the dress. So like a dark emerald green, which kind of flows into a train at the back. And then in the middle at the front, it's like a lighter green that matches as well. I've also got, so it's a multi-layered skirt, a slit in the right side of my dress, like in the skirt, just so I've got easy access to my dagger, which I've got concealed, just in case.
Nice.
And I'm also still wearing my boots of Elvenkind, made with the bioluminescent thread from Shadowfen.
Yeah. Great. Thank you very much. And out of the two of you, Brill and Quilbeth, who is coming after Aurora?
I feel like I would go next, and then
I'll nudge Quilbeth and be like, no one's going to see you if I go first. Get in front of me.
so standing so tall as a halfling, I stride in. I'm wearing black leathers, but in a more formal styling. Then with a long black jacket over the top that buttons over it, makes it all nice and more formal looking, but with silver trimmings along the edges all the way down. I'll have my vambraces still on. I have on my hip my rapier sheath with my cloak with the Silver Vanguard trimmings and insignia on over the top of my long jacket.
Great. Thank you very much. And bringing up the rear as you enter Brill, what do you look like as you're entering the Hall of Champions?
So I'm wearing a deep forest green high collared tunic that sits beneath the cape, the Silver Vanguard, the cape, but I've kind of done it in a way that it's over the one shoulder. I have an ornate gold, silver insignia. In the middle here is kind of like a tree branchy. And I've also got ornate pauldrons, so the shoulder guards. And then underneath, I've got like layered leather belts. I've got black engraved kind of ornate gloves and tall boots. Yeah.
Great. Sleeveless to show off the tats, or long sleeves?
No, so it's like you still see the tunic.
Yep.
But you can see the arm. I might have brought the sleeve up just a little bit, just to kind of tease the tats. Nice. But the cloak is holding that the other side of that arm, completely hiding it.
Very cool. All right, thank you very much. As the first thing you all see as you enter is this long feasting table that runs away from the entry door, nearly half the length of the room. Two large hearths either side give heat and the pleasant smell of wood smoke. Already many people are in this hall, and more continue to line up behind you. Well-dressed figures nod and incline their heads, and men and women cast an appraising eye over your group. The feasting table is overflowing with food, and there is a long bar along one wall with dozens of large casks that have been opened. Bartenders are doing their best to fill orders of wine, ale, and beer. After the feasting table finishes, there is a large space where many different people, some familiar, most not, socialize and talk. There is an air of polite conversation and enjoyment. As you move further into this space, there is a bare section of wall in between the two fireplaces. It looks like it has a subtle pattern, but if you draw nearer, it actually looks like dwarf runes are being carved into the wall itself. The other wall sections have large painted murals of Iron Kingdom citizens doing various deeds of heroism and adventure. As you all take in the sights and sounds and smells, a familiar figure emerges from the crowd, a large smile on his face. My friends, I am so sorry it has been taking me so long to see you. We have been so busy with the celebrations and the mop-up of the cultist fiasco. Bell's iron fist pauses for a moment. He looks over your group. Where is Augustus?
Augustus was urgently called to a matter from his past, and unfortunately, his loyalty and dedication to them couldn't wait. So he's no longer with us.
Oh, that is disappointing to hear. I did not get to see him before he left. I am truly disappointed, but he is always on a journey of some kind for as long as I have known him, and I wish him all the best. I have no doubt we shall see each other again in the future. I wish to give you this myself, and he produces a parchment and hands it over. You spoke, Evie, so he passes it to you. This is a notarized document with my seal for the value of 1,200 gold pieces.
Thank you very much.
You can cash it at either my office, or you can go to the Del Thorndia Center for Trade and Commerce and cash it there. Well, now, please avail yourself of the refreshments. My cousin will want to meet you, of course, before the formal receiving of the bounty. But please, enjoy yourselves. And
Hey, Bellis, before you go, is there any update on the cultist stuff? You said that you were tying it all up. Is there any information for us?
Well, obviously, my sincere thanks of the amount that you put in and the danger that you placed yourselves in for the city and for its citizens. I cannot express my thanks enough. We have been constantly tracing and checking different leads that have been reported. Citizens are able to report. Thankfully, the numbers of the dead that we were finding has stopped outside of the normal city deaths that we receive as a large center of population. But the suspicious deaths that our city was experiencing has stopped. So it seems that with what you all did, it has affected that aspect. We had further reports throughout the outskirts of the city and further throughout the mountains that there were reported sightings of people that matched the descriptions of the cultists, the red cloaks in particular. I believe you yourselves had an encounter before entering the city, and similar encounters around in other places were reported. It seems to have, your actions seem to have put a stop to any further, and we are remaining vigilant to see if anything else reappears. But right now, I can, with as much confidence as I can muster, say that we have dealt with the threat, at least for this time.
Correct.
I appreciate you checking in. It's good of you. Well, avail yourselves of the refreshments. Enjoy yourselves. I see someone I must speak with, and he kind of looks over his shoulder and ducks off. So you guys are in the gala. There are people mixing around you. People are curious to see you. You are quite famous, really, as you're in the city. There's food, there is alcohol, there are drinks, there's people are people abound, what would you like to do?
Are the other teams there or just us?
Give me
As the-
you can make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check. Is that 16?
16. It's hard for you to look around, being the short stature you are, but it doesn't take too long to kind of start moving around, peering through, and you're actively looking for people that you might recognize. And with a 16, you start to see figures that either have a specific kind of dress, like you guys with your cloaks, you have a theme. You see others. You see people that you recognize from the pulling of the names. You didn't really speak or talk with them, but you also marched in the opening ceremony through the city with different members of other teams. So you do see people that you recognize. It does appear that there are other teams present.
Yep. Cool. I think I'd suggest let's go get a drink to start with.
Okay. So the group of you, you start to kind of move towards the bar. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
As you begin to move towards the bar, you start to push through a bit of a crowd, and there seems to be like a crowd at the bar already. But as you kind of push through this crowd, there's an open section where there's just kind of no one around, and there's a single figure sitting at the bar, and then very awkwardly, without trying to make a scene, but definitely not going close to this figure, there's like all these noblemen and guests of this gala that are kind of giving a wide berth and leaning to one side of the bar to order, trying not to kind of be close to us. You see this figure, and he's hunched over the bar, kind of leaning over it. He seems to have a large mug in his hand. You see, like, just from the back, these long black dreadlocks, and like a tinge at the back of his neck. He's like wearing, I'll say, leather jacket. It's like it's a nice leather jacket. It's not like a biker is sitting in the middle of the gala, but he's like wearing this leather jacket that has like tails. He's wearing these nice pants and nice boots. He has like this like short sword on his hip that is kind of slung. And he like turns as you guys approach, and you see the side profile of his face, and he kind of gestures at a bar staff and kind of like orders a second round for himself. And you see the deep green skin and like a long tusk of, it seems to be some kind of half orc. And it's like there's a bit of an awkward silence as people are like here, because he's clearly here. You don't get in without an invitation, but there aren't many people trying to talk with him.
Do we recognize him?
I would say no. And I would say it's very unusual. You haven't seen any kind of orc or half orc within this city since you've been here.
Is there any guards, or does it appear like he has any of his own guards nearby?
No, it's just a solitary figure sitting at the bar. Now I'll have to take some liberties because Davith isn't here.
He's got a thing with orcs, doesn't he?
He does have a thing with orcs. So for this, I'll say that so that I'm not misquoting him or putting words in his mouth, he's gone to get food, and so that there's not I'm not kind of role playing for him on his behalf. So he's not in this conversation currently.
Yeah.
I guess I walk up. Sorry, I was going to say like Corbeth would have just like seen that there was a gap. Took note that this is an odd situation, but still decided to go get the drink anyway and go towards that gap.
Okay, no worries. Are you all going to the bar, or are you just Quilbeth?
I'll
Well, I was
stay
going to
back.
approach him.
Okay.
I'll stay
So,
back.
yeah. Okay. So, Evie, you approach him. Everybody else approaches the bar. Is that right? Or are you?
Yeah, but pretty close. I would say that, like, I'm assuming that the gap, there wouldn't be that, like, if I go to the bar, I'm not going to be far from him anyway.
No.
So
It's
I'd be
kind
able
of
to
like
hear the conversation.
it's like this is a long bar, so there's still plenty of room for people to get in. It just seems like the people are actively avoiding this guy, kind of thing. So maybe 1.5 meters, 2 meters either side of him, there's this open gap.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there's
I would go in
plenty
that
of room,
meter.
especially for you to go up and.
Yeah, I would be in that meter. So I'm still, like, I'm next to him, but obviously, Evie goes right up to him. So I'm still, like, there listening.
So you're ordering a drink, Corbeth?
Yep.
What are you ordering? How do you order?
I just go to the bar and I just flag and wait for the barman to come to me, and I'll ask for a what's on offer.
All right, you are, sir. I can get you whatever you like. It's a open bar, and we are well equipped for whatever needs.
What's a specialty drink from this town, from this city?
Well,
What do you recommend?
we certainly specialize in all sorts of things, beers and ales and things. But we have we have the Thunder Wanderer ale from
I'll take one.
from Dervisco's Spine. It's a giant drink. It's might be a little bit opposite for you, but if you're trying something, it's not a bad drink.
I'll give it a shot.
All right, let's get a drop for you then. And he like bustles off. Evie, how do you approach this this half orcish man?
So he will be like sitting at the bar, and then I'm just gonna kind of come up to him, sort of looking at the bar, but kind of look at him and be like, "Evening, sir. What are you drinking tonight?"
He's just kind of got another one has just been delivered, and then the man starts talking to Quilbeth as that kind of happens, and he like looks up at you, kind of cocks an eyebrow, and looks at you. Evening, just an ale for me tonight. I do not recognize you.
Wow, that's kind of fresh and nice. We're a little bit famous at the moment. That it's a little bit overwhelming, but my name's Evie. What's your name?
Evie. Fame doesn't really reach where I'm from, but my name is Tozar.
Tozar.
I am from Kieran's town, far to the north, here for the celebrations.
And so what brings you to the celebrations, Tozar?
I am the Archon of Kieran's town.
An Archon? What does that mean?
It is you would know that an Archon is basically the mayor of a town.
Oh, okay.
So you guys, in the week leading up to the Colgar Gatu, Augustus met with the Archon of Nornrai, Grandar Bankdown, and who offered Augustus and your party a job. His role is an Archon, and it seems that Tozar is also an Archon. It's a title of position in a town.
Okay.
So you would know that without having to ask.
Without asking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you tell me about your town? I'm not from here, so I don't know. I'm sorry.
That is okay. My town is to the north. We are the only coastal town of the Iron Kingdom.
Cool. Do you trade?
We do. We trade. We trade for things that come in from the ocean. We are the topping point for the Iron Kingdom. So we are the major port facility that trades from other port towns like Basho over in the east. And
I'm originally from Shreveport.
from the south, from the Dominion.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yes, we do not receive many shipments from that far south, but it is not unheard of. We are the major shipping for the Iron Kingdom. And it is my job to oversee it, and I am invited formally. I don't think many people actually want me here, but formally invited, so I show up.
I was going to say, without being rude, it does look like you're a bit on your own here.
Yes, and he whistles almost through his large tusks that he has in he's like, yes, my I'm not sure how familiar you are with Kieran's town. We are a very mixed bunch. A lot of outcasts that do not fit in the major towns and city come and find themselves in Kieran's town. We have many mixed heritage folk that may not be welcome in other places.
Well, I guess everyone needs to belong somewhere, don't they?
This is true. This is true. Especially, I mean, my people, my father's people, do not get along very well with the dwarves here. And so it is easiest to stay on the outskirts most. But why are you here? You said you're famous. Why are you famous? And he kind of like looks around, and as you guys, what are you doing, Brill? As you stand, are you ordering in your Aurora? Are you guys ordering drinks as well, or?
Yeah, I'm just kind of out of my element here. Like, I'm not used to like so many people, let alone looking at me, other than for my height and glowing eyes. So I'm kind of just like, I'm just trying to like act casual. Like, one beverage, sir. And obviously he's like,
yeah,
what beverage? And I'll just point to someone, like, I love what she's having.
Yeah.
And then just wait. I'm just acting really awkward, trying my best.
Yeah, great.
I'm kind of lost without Augustus. He was normally the sociable one. I just follow his cues.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially in his hometown.
Correct.
Yeah. And what about you, Aurora? What are you doing at this moment?
I've asked Evie to get me a drink while I scope out the dance floor to see if there is something going on somewhere.
So maybe you and Davith are doing that at this time. So as you have kind of started talking, Evie, he like kind of looks around and sees Brill like awkwardly standing like 2 foot away. And then he like looks to the other side of him and sees Quilbeth receive like this mug, and he's like,
comes in pints.
Yeah. So and he kind of like looks around. Are these friends of yours?
They are. We're not your typical bunch. We're the Silver Vanguard. We just won the Colgar Gatu.
Ah, yes, that name is familiar. I did not realize that they were your folks, but this is good. This is always nice to see Folks come from abroad to teach the dwarves a lesson.
We do our best.
Yes. Well, it is good. Are you drinking?
I am, yeah. Do they do any like fancy cocktails? My friend and I. We're in for extravagance tonight.
Well, this sounds like you are going to be having a good time. Well, I'm sure they will mix for you. This is very. I mean, we're at the gala. You do what you do.
Do you know of any local, I don't know, is there any signature drinks that you might recommend?
Well, I generally stick with ale, but there is the gnomish Gilderberry gin that is quite good.
Mhm.
I've heard. I have not drunk it actually, but there is the dwarven stiff shield cider, but that is about all I know. I just keep it simple. But you might have better luck than I. I seem to have been. Well, you're the first conversation I've had this evening. I appreciate it.
Well, it was lovely to meet you, Toza. It was nice to speak to you. I'll make sure to say hello again soon.
Oh, well. I will see you across the room.
Okay.
So you guys collect your drinks. You making an order for two?
Yeah, I might just go one of each and then we'll give them both a go.
No worries. Okay, so and then Aurora, you and Davith.
To Aurora.
Okay, you and Davith are scoping at the dance floor.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be a formal dance floor. There is you see music, like you hear music, like a kind of stringed quartet, like kind of coming from somewhere, and eventually you kind of spot a higher balcony further up where there are some kind of bards playing, and it gives like this sense of music as people are talking. It's not an overwhelming sound of a great orchestra or anything like that. It's just ambient background music. You guys kind of wander through. There are many people of all different races, and you see humans. You see like mostly dwarven. So you're kind of higher than the average height. So it's quite easy for you to kind of get a good idea and a good look around through this crowd, because the average height is a dwarven height, which is like 5 foot. So you're taller than that and you're able to see. So you see large Goliath speaking in a corner. You see pardon me. You see humans and elves kind of in conversation. You sort of see dwarves aplenty, shorter gnomes, and then again shorter halflings. Like in the midst of this, as you're doing, you hear a you kind of like see and you're looking around. Evie, at this point, you catch up, and you guys are kind of just in the midst of this crowd, having kind of gathering together again. Is there something you wish to be on the lookout for, or some person that you wish to be on the lookout for?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess kind of grabbing food and then making conversation with anyone who's across the table, or
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like it's not seated. It's just this long feasting table. You see the most kind of common meat that's there is goat, because it's the easiest to like farm within the mountains, and they have like these herds. The Iron Kingdom own large herds of giant goats that are like goats, but they're kind of the size of horses. And so they're used in all sorts of things. Not only are they used for their meat and their milk, but they're also used for transport and hauling things through the mountains because they're just better equipped than horses. So you see these large spreads of meat, and there's vegetables, and there's like plenty of like mushrooms in like, obviously the city is underground, so mushrooms grow plentiful in wet, dark caverns, things like that. Yeah, you guys are kind of eating and speaking amongst yourselves. Is there anything else you're looking out for?
Does anyone approach us?
Give me a luck check. Just roll a d20, no modifier.
Nine.
A 9. Currently, there are like lots of people that are around, and a lot of people that are kind of looking over at you. But whether you seem too intimidating or whether you other people are more interested in the conversations that they're already having or knowing people already, you see figures. A lot of you have. I'm just going to have passives here. Brendan, your passive perception is quite high, so you kind of see. You see a few figures that you recognize, most that are already within conversation. People like, where's my, here it is. You see the commander of the Central Reach. He's there, Ragnar Stoneborn. He's like deep in a conversation with Bellis Ironfist, knowing that the two of them are basically the same rank. One looking after the city of Delthorndir, and one looking after the Eastern Reach. So you see people like that. You see the man in the armor that was at the opening ceremony. The general of the Delthorndir Protectorate is here, who's also in conversation. And as you guys are kind of standing at the edge, kind of close to the food where you can be eating, but also starting to inch your way into the, like, this section of where it's just people socializing. Another figure you see kind of like sticks his head up out of the crowd and approaches you. This is Valinor. And he's like, my friends, it is so good to see you. Well, I'm so glad. I am so glad that you're here. I have people that I would love for you to meet, if you're willing. Friends of mine from the Catharian Dominion. If you would like to meet them, they're the ambassadors that have come for the games, and came with the Hounds as their team. But I would love for you to meet them.
Sure.
Introduce.
Okay, so like the group of you go, and he like turns his cloak, kind of swishes, and he like leads you over to kind of close to one of the hearths where you see a group of figures that are standing, kind of huddled together or already talking. You see 4 figures, a female elf, a female human, and a male elf. They're kind of facing you, and you sort of like in between, especially you, Quill, with in between their legs, you see another figure that's on the other side of them that you can't quite see who it is. And Valinor kind of pushes through. This is the Silver Vanguard. I was talking about them. They will be helping me in the near future. Please allow me to introduce you to the Catharian embassy that have traveled from Catharia here. This is, he points to the male elf, and it's got like short dark hair, kind of like a permanent scowl on his face, and he kind of looks around at you all, kind of acknowledges you, Evie, and you, Aurora, as of elf ancestry, and kind of like frowns a little with everybody else. But this is Zephyr Leoleth. He is one of the members of the Catharian embassy. This is Mary Portensia. He points to a female human. She's got like blonde hair that's cut kind of to her shoulders, green eyes, pale skin.
What was her name again, sorry?
Mary Portensia. All three that you can see kind of are wearing like this formal, it's almost like a wrap, very elvish design, even though even the human is wearing like this wrap. This is Marux Willow Tree. He points to another female elf who has like this long, almost platinum blonde hair that runs straight down her back, her high elf ears, kind of like, and she's got like these green eyes. And finally, our lead ambassador, and they kind of like turn and look, and it's a halfling woman, and she's there. She has like this wrap. It's a slightly different color. They're all wearing like this light blue, and hers is kind of a bit more of a green aquamarine color. This is Drasana Wildvale, the lead ambassador from the Catharian Dominion. And as you look at her, there's kind of this moment of vague recognition, especially at the name Wildvale. And Quibbleth, you recognize this person immediately.
Mm-hmm. I do.
And he turns and says, "And this is the Silver Vanguard." And the four of them kind of like take you in a turn, and yeah, you're all there. And Drasana, the halfling woman, goes, "Well, it's very nice to meet you. Your performance was certainly quite impressive. I have heard that some of you are not from the Iron Kingdom. Some of you may be closer to my home. Is that correct?"
And where is your home?
"I am from Catharia, the capital of the Dominion."
I studied in Catharia.
"Did you? Oh, and what did you study?"
I was at the Bardic School.
Yeah, that is wonderful. The Royal Bardic College?
I think probably. I'm trying to jog my memory and just compare.
He's my friend. She's had a couple of drinks already.
Yes. The celebration certainly can get to one quite easily, she says very smoothly.
It's getting to me.
It's Catharia University of Arcana and Music.
Yes. A smaller school than the Bardic College, but certainly a prestigious university. And what brings you and your group to so far north?
Well, I was traveling and just trying to do more research for my thesis. And and I met these lovely people on the boat, and we just, I mean, danger tends to find us, and it's always nice to have some reliable people to have you back. So we joined up, and I'm just researching and learning and doing things on my way while we fight bad people.
How wonderful. How wonderful. Well, it is so nice to meet a fellow Cathari.
Nice to meet you too, Drasana.
And you, my dear, she looks at you, Aurora. Are you close? You from somewhere close by?
I'm from Shadowfen. Have you heard of it?
Shadowfen. Oh, of course I've heard of it. Wow. It is not usual to see one of your... Well, it is. I cannot believe I have made the acquaintance of anyone from Shadowfen, and it seems very unusual that anyone would be traveling outside of the realms of the forest. I am surprised and honored to meet one of the Tanglewild.
Yeah, we're a pretty close knit town, so like it was very hard for me to leave our town.
I am sure. Well, it is significant for me to meet one of your people, and I appreciate that you have come this far and have made a name for yourself here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. And I spy another halfling in your group. Pray tell, what is your name, good sir?
So first off, do I see any of the hounds nearby?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, because they came with the hounds, didn't they?
They did. Yes, they're part of the Catharian delegation that came with the hounds.
22.
At 22, you do see hounds here. You see the pauldrons of the wolf, like the dog symbol on there, but they aren't close. They don't appear to be within range of being heard, especially within this conversation, and the fact that there are other conversations going at the same time, and there is music, and there's all sort of like that. So there are around. You definitely do see them. They do not appear to be close by.
No worries. I reply to her, I guess in a slightly deeper voice. My name is Kenon Stepwind, and I emphasize the Kenon before I say the last name, just to see her reaction.
She hesitates, and kind of like, you see. Give me an insight check.
Insight check.
Yeah, and anyone else who's here, which is everyone, can do the same as well. Insight.
18.
18. Good job.
You're
21.
an evil man. Evil deacon.
I got 21 as well.
21. What did you get, Evie? You're muted. You're muted.
Nat 1 plus 5.
Okay. So 18, 21, 21. Evie, why are you not paying attention to this conversation?
I'm just pretty overwhelmed, and I'm enjoying my drink, and I feel great, and I'm just having so much fun.
Great. So with while you're looking around, the rest of you kind of really pay attention as Drasana and Quilbeth are having this conversation, and as Quilbeth says that his name is Keenon Stepwind, the three of you see her eyes widen, and she almost, while taking control of herself quickly, she almost takes an involuntary step back in almost shock. And with the 21-21, you guys definitely see that. And Quilbeth, while you're making eye contact with her, you definitely see that too. And she's like, "Ah, what an unusual name. That is it is a strong halfling name." And she kind of almost she takes the glass that she's been kind of holding in her hand while she's having this conversation. He takes a big gulp of red wine.
Yep. Corbeth, for the Silver Vanguard would notice is immediately on guard and on edge, and hand is on rapier, and not in a casual sense. And then I think I would excuse myself. Sorry, excuse me. I think I see someone. And I walk off.
Okay.
And I take a few steps back.
All right. She kind of, as you say, excuse me, and start retreating, she kind of nods her head a little bit. And the rest of the group, they're all ambassadors, and they're very well practiced in diplomacy and in social graces. So they take no offense at your sudden exit at all, and quickly. And as you kind of back away, Jasana takes another and finishes her glass, kind of takes a second to compose herself, and then turns to you, Brill, and my tall friend, whereabouts are you from? I do not believe I have seen eyes the color of yours before.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you okay?
Oh yes, I am. I'm quite okay. You can. Oh, you just made insight. So yeah. Yeah. You see her with the 21. You see her. She's taking a moment to try to recompose herself after the conversation that seems to have passed with Quilbeth. Not 100% sure why they've both reacted in this way, but
do we know that he is using this other name to disguise himself?
You have never heard the name Keenon Stepwind.
So we don't know what's going on
either. You know that he has disguised himself to look like and you know why he has done that. You know that he has some background with the Hounds of Catharia, and that he is wanted in some capacity. I'm not sure how much Quilbeth you have shared of that with your companions, and so stop me if I'm saying more than what you already have. But
don't remember. I know, pretty sure Brill and I have had conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told everyone that when I first did it, pretty much what you've said, that not the full backstory of it, but yeah, that there is a history with the Hounds.
Yep. So you've never heard him give you. So you know that he is disguising himself so that people at the party won't immediately recognize him, and you know that the name he normally goes under when he gives a false identity is Vaxeth. That's the name that he normally gives. That's the name that he gave to Bellis. That's the name that he gave to Desmond McLaughlin when you guys first started. So you know that he generally likes to travel incognito, but you've never heard the name Keenon Stepwin before.
Does that name mean anything to you? Do you know each other?
You're saying this to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just...
She says, yes, I had a family member of mine that was named Keenon. He passed away a number of years ago. I guess it is a coincidence. I do not recognize this man. So it seems to be a coincidence, and it took me off guard for a moment. She kind of like smiles and with like no like not much longer, she seems to be fully composed and back in kind of. I'm just gonna get a drink. I finished my thing and I'm talking lots, so I'm gonna cut this out. But just give me a second.
I totally should have used my DM's inspiration to not be a 1, but I didn't think about it.
And now you won't have another time to use it.
No.
You're tipsy. It's okay. We understand.
And we're back. Okay. So she has asked this question of you, Brill. She's asking where you're from, and then you said your piece, Aurora. And so she turns back to you, Brill. Are you from the Iron Kingdom, or perhaps the Dominion itself, or further abroad?
Further abroad, you had it the third time. I hail from Hinestro in a town to the south called Evershade. Not sure if you've ever heard of that or had the pleasure of visiting.
I have not had the pleasure of visiting. I obviously know Hinestro, but I never visited myself. My duties here in the bounds and our allies of the Dominion keep me very busy. Yes.
Fair enough.
Well, she's like, well, and then and Davith introduces himself as you say that you're from Hinestro. He says that he is also from Hinestro and mentions that he is from the town of Hanazai. And you guys kind of begin to make small talk. Quilbeth, where are you going as you've exited this discussion?
Yeah, so I guess I've just taken a few steps away. Perhaps I go see if I can see like Alistair or someone just for the excuse of finding someone, just to compose myself. And maybe if I'm out of view shot of them, I take my time to compose myself, and then I would probably slowly make my way back to the group, so that I can listen into the conversation, but be further back that I'm not called upon. If she's talking, she wouldn't look at me and go, "Oh, blah blah blah," because I'm a bit far enough that I can hear, but also far enough away that it's kind of a bit calling out to me type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, righto. Okay, Alistair is quite easy to find. He has set himself up on the edge of the room so that if any of you wish to call upon him for any reason, he's able to see you. He kind of has been keeping an eye and tracking you guys so that as soon as you start to like look around to see where he makes himself known and you can speak with him if you want.
Yeah, I'll go on to him just to make it that I've gone to see someone, and I just say, you know what, it popped in my head. I meant to ask at the end of the games, the weapons that we requested, the Davith and I requested, the whip and stuff. Were we meant to return them? I forgot. I still had it on my persons when we left. Obviously it's back in my room, but I just wanted to know, do I return it to you to return, or?
He goes, no, I don't believe so, sir. They are yours. You use them as part of your winning, and Bellis has agreed to allow you to keep those. It does not cost much for a man of his status to procure those, and it is easy when they're going to the champions of the Colgar Gatu to convince people to make a donation.
Excellent, thanks. I'll have to pass on my thanks. I just I needed to ask the question before I forgot again. Thank you. And I make my way back.
No worries. As kind of in the midst of what you guys are doing, you begin to hear a hush fall, and Quill, with you are slowly heading back as this hush falls over the chatting noblemen and women. The musicians that were playing background music from the small alcove higher wind down, and faces turn towards the doors that you all entered into. The man who announced you steps forward. Introducing His Royal Majesty and his Queen, the Keeper of the Depths, Lord of the Iron Slopes, heir to the Ruby Throne, bearer of the Chrome Crown, Bradnor Ironfist, and his royal consort, Marinora Ironfist. The doors open and two dwarfen figures emerge from the hallway. A simple chrome circlet sits on thick black hair, pushed back from his forehead. His beard is braided with jewels and runes. His shirt is white, and he is wearing a deep blue vest with silver trimming and crisscross patterns. The design of the white tree is on his lapel, and at his side he holds an intricately designed longsword. He is arm in arm with a woman. She is beautiful, and her red hair is put up in a fetching style. The light blue dress complements her husband's outfit. The royal two move into the space, and soon after the sound of conversation resumes. From the corner of your eye, you see bows of respect given to the royal couple. As they enter, Quilbeth, you kind of make your way back to not close enough to be called upon for conversation, but close by. You make eye contact with a few of your friends so that they're aware that they know where you are. Valinor continues to explain how he and like his idea. You see the ambassadors are kind of a little bored. It seems like it's not the first time he's been talking about his plans, his future plans, and you're all kind of politely standing there with your drinks clasped in your hand, listening to Valinor continue to speak. And we will be doing this, and we will be doing that.
Do I notice any of the hounds? I meant to ask before that. I noticed I saw the hounds. Do I recognize any of them?
What did you roll for your perception check? It was pretty high, wasn't it?
22, I believe.
I was going to say 22.
22. You notice. You do notice. So it doesn't take long to. You know that the hounds. There's 6 of them because each team has 6. So you know that there must be 6. You have counted 5 with your perception roll of a 22, and you note and you recognize one that's there. He has the band of a captain, the symbol of the captain, and that is the head of the hounds, Fenran Dumain. Fenran Dewmane. He's a male elf. He has like short brown hair, really closely cropped hair, as to not like worry when you put on a helmet. He has like this kind of severe face, and he has like this scar that you recognize on his face. You were both, of him. You have like trained under him a few times. He wasn't a captain then, but that's the person that you recognize.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll keep an eye out to see if I can find that sixth person throughout the night.
Yep, no worries. Okay. Is there any other conversations that you guys want to be making?
So is Iron Fist coming towards us?
He's like kind of circling around. You kind of lose track with him within the crowd. He doesn't seem to be circling for you guys specifically, but he seems like he's doing like and then kind of like after 15 minutes after they enter, you hear the familiar voice of Dahlia Guildhorn. You kind of hear her over the babble of voices, the soft music, and the sounds of eating and drinking. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have the members present of those brave souls who participated in the Colgar Gatu? And so you all see members of the various adventuring parties gather in the space at the end of the table. They start to like move forward.
Can I quickly butt in before that?
Yeah.
And before that happened, I cast message to Brill.
Okay.
And ask him if he has the opportunity to casually ask, wasn't there a coup in the Catharian Empire, Dominion, not too long ago? Just so I can see what is said.
Mm-hmm.
And for Brill to do that when he sees fit, if it's now or later in the night, if an opportunity pops up, I would convey that, not like do it now, but more of if you get the opportunity.
Yep. I would say too, I forgot to say it when it was happening, but when you exited for the first time to go talk to Alistair, you would be feeling the effects of your disguised self start to come to a close. And so that means that you, Evie, would be, your comprehend languages would be starting to come as well. So you guys can re-up them. Quilbeth, you're able to do it before it kind of like you change back.
Yep.
So that it's seamless. Evie, if you feel like you want to...
I just did a spell.
Pardon?
I just did a spell.
No worries. So you guys re-up that. You send this message to Brill. Brill,
yep.
you hear Quilbeth's familiar voice in your mind. Do you wish to pursue that line of thinking immediately, or so we're saying this is before Dahlia makes her announcement?
Yeah, I feel like I'd end up kind of dwelling on that, pursuing that in my head, and kind of forgetting that I'm about to be focused on. So yes.
Okay. So how do you pursue that?
So I'm kind of processing what he was saying, and I decided to kind of pretend I'm making my way, but kind of end up. I'll look for her first.
Yep.
I can actually see her.
Yeah. Well, you're probably one of the most tall people in this entire gala. Like, there are Goliath, which are like giant kin. So they kind of sit in that 7 foot realm, like you're looking at between anywhere between 6.5 to 7.5 feet tall. You're not that tall, but you are you're taller than the average human. You're taller than the average elf. So it's not hard for you to kind of pick out some of the ambassadors that you already were introduced to, and then deduce that Mariana will be there as well. So it's not too hard for you to find.
Okay, cool. What I might do is I'll position myself close to that group where I would assume she is. I'm not going to engage just yet because I know it's about to happen and it might be obvious. So I'm just going to position myself ready to find a good time to ask. But then I'm just going to let what's about to happen with the Silver Vanguard and then find an opportunity.
No worries. All right. So after that's all happened, you guys hear the familiar voice of Dahlia Guildhorn over the babble of voices and the soft music and sounds of eating and drinking. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have the members present of those brave souls who participated in the Colgar Gatu? And then, again, like I said, you see various members. You see hounds. You see Steel Guard. You see Zavos Tarnish, the paladin that you met along the road, who also participated in the Colgar Gatu against you guys. You see him move forward with some of his party. Are you guys all moving forward as well?
Yep.
Great. Once assembled, Dahlia steps back and Bradnor Ironfist, the king, takes to the front of the crowd. My friends, lords and ladies of our beloved mountains, and honored guests of near and far, welcome. The display we have seen from those gathered here today has been inspiring, admirable, and a pleasure to witness. I wish to commend all parties on their participation and to make it clear that in involving in our festivities, you bring joy, honor, and entertainment into our city, and we are very grateful. However, we wish to extend our most heartiest of congratulations to a particular team. May I have the attending members of the Silver Vanguard come forward? So you guys...
I come forward.
Yeah, great. You guys move forward, the five of you, knowing that Augustus is now moved on. You guys kind of position yourselves at the front of this gathered group of other parties. You have all emerged victorious. Out of the 48 participants, the 6 in your team stood out from the others in skill, might, and ability. For this victory and in recognition, you'll receive objects of significance from the vaults of the Iron Kingdom. As he says the last sentence, he waves his hand and the large doors open. 6 well-dressed attendants walk in, each holding an object on a black velvet pillow. We hope that these objects will be helpful to you in future endeavors and are given in recognition of a well-fought battle. So 6 objects are placed in front of you, and I will add them to your party inventory. How to do it? I will say that identify is not needed in this instance.
They have sticky notes on them?
They do have sticky notes on them, yeah. They have tags of what they are. So okay, that's 6. 2, 3, 4. Okay. You see before you a chrome helmet with 3 gems, a breastplate with a white tree emblazoned on it, a pair of boots with iron bands, a ring with wings on each side of it, a leather belt with a white tree on the buckle, and a warhammer. So these 6 objects are brought to you on these pillows. And the king continues, I trust that these items can be used to defend the weak and innocent, maintain order and stability, and bring justice to those who deserve it within the bounds of the Iron Kingdom and beyond. Raising his voice, he turns and takes a goblet of wine. A toast to the champions of the Centurum Festivus, the Silver Vanguard. And it's like, ah, and there's like this large cheer that erupts from the crowd. And as it's cheering, he lowers his voice so that only the 5 of you can hear him. Bellis told me what you have done for the city before even competing. You have my deepest thanks and my utmost gratitude. The city is in your debt. We shall keep an eye on the Silver Vanguard. And then he like takes his step back. He's like formality resumes. Yeah. And so there's now 6 objects that have been, like I said, put into your party inventory. You can split them up however you guys like. I'll let you guys decide that. And the kind of the hustle and bustle resumes. The conversations resume. People begin to continue to eat. The people that return back to the bar. You kind of see Evie. You see Tozar talking with a couple of Goliath further in the corner. He seems to start socializing. You see, the people that the ambassadors are speaking with Iron Kingdom delegates as well. What would you guys like to do? You've received these. You can have a look at them. You can talk about them if you want. But yeah, what would you guys do?
I think Evie or Aurora should definitely use the belt. Just because I think that'd be hilarious the next day.
It does say if available.
But a woman definitely can grow a beard. I have a question. For the helm, because it mentions that, like, as long as it has at least 1 fire opal, does that mean, like, when you use it, it crumples, or you can remove it? Like, it's kind of, the wording is like, if as long as it has 1. Like, well, why would you remove it?
Don't you not have dark vision, Rob?
I do not.
You can get dark vision with the belt.
Actually, I do.
You do.
Technically now I do.
Because of the tattoo.
I do because of the tattoo.
So that the helm refers to if you pull a gem off, if you were like so desperate for money that you were going to rip a gem out and try to sell it, the gem would then crumble to dust. That's what that means.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And then anytime you use a feature of that helmet, you have to roll a d20, and if it rolls a 1, that fails.
Yep. And then the gem is destroyed, and then but you can, I'm assuming, replenish those gems as long as not all of the gems are destroyed before you do so.
It would be very expensive because they are very specialized gems.
Yeah, fire opal and a diamond.
But it's not just like, oh no, my diamond crumpled. I'm just going to stick another diamond on. Like the diamond is specifically enchanted as part of this helm. You would have to get that enchanted back. That's a very high enchantment. And it's
cool. It's more of just, obviously, it's such a new item for us to have.
I'm sure it would be fixable given the right circumstances.
Why?
And
Why would someone try and take the gems out if they're just going to crumple?
Well, like I just said to Rob when he just asked that question just a second ago, if you were really desperate for money and you wanted to sell a gem, for 200 gold, you pulled it out to try to sell it, it would just fail.
Yeah, but I just mean, as in, why would you pull it out when it's going to fail?
Because you don't know that.
I'm just saying, if you didn't know that,
okay,
but you do know because it's got a card.
And another question, in terms of like a dark vision bonus, does that stack?
No.
So if you got 60 already and something gives you 60, you still have 60, you don't have 120.
Correct.
Well, that's boring.
But
cool. Yep. No, awesome. Thanks.
No worries.
Coolio. Very cool stuff. So I actually thought that the ring would be something that I reckon would be really cool for Eevee or Aurora because of the healing aspect of it. Sounded pretty cool.
So for those that are maybe just watching, 6 objects. The Helm of the Iron Kingdom is a magical helmet that you can cast spells out of. The Belt of the Iron Kingdom gives you specific buffs that are related to dwarven toughness. The boots increase your speed and your dexterity by 1. The breastplate is a magical breastplate, so that is stronger. The Ring of the Iron Kingdom grants a buff of a temporary hit points when you do a healing spell as an action. And the hammer does extra damage to goblins and orcs, as they are the enemy of the Iron Kingdom.
What are Druga? Druga.
They are dwarves that have been twisted by the I think that's Underdeep? No.
So,
It's like,
are they like the dwarf equivalent of Dark Elves?
basically,
Or,
yes.
or
Correct. Drow.
Draft, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Are we deciding this now, or are we going to kind of keep them in after the?
I feel like
Yeah,
Gala?
you guys don't have to do this in the middle of the party.
I was going to say, I feel like it would be ill advised to. It wouldn't look good if we were divvying up our prizes in the midst.
I think we're having a quick look at them to see what we've got.
Yeah, good. I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
As you guys are kind of like looking over and discussing and reading the tags, and kind of going, oh, this could be good for you, and this could be good for you. People are coming up to you, other members of teams, shaking your hands, giving you congratulations on your win. There are people that are like passing through. Doesn't seem to be nefarious. Nobody's trying to snatch your new stuff.
I was about to say, are we being pickpocketed again?
Absolutely not. That would not fly here. But yeah, people are just happy for you. They're passing on their congratulations as you guys.
I look to Alistair because I'm assuming he's hovering close by.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I ask him, I'm assuming someone here will take this back to our room. Do we need to take this right now, or is this going to be transported back to our
he says no,
place?
arrangements have been made. They will be able to be returned under armed guard, and a guard is posted there until you can then take them back as a and then they formally become your responsibility. If they are lost after that point, that is on you.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you for that. And I go and I look for the Iron Kingdom team. I'm blanking on their name.
The Steel Guard.
The Steel Guard. I look for them.
Yeah, sure. Yep. It's a limited space, so you could just basically continue to walk around until you bump into them, basically. So it doesn't take long. You do see them kind of looking at you, not in an envious way or in a hostile way, but in the same way that they won the last two, Colgar Gatu battles, and now they've been dethroned. And so there's disappointment. There's maybe an air of bitterness, but they're also all professionals. And so they'll use this as a training opportunity and try to come back next time. So yes, you're able to find them.
Yep, I'll go out to
them. This male dwarf is there. He he looks at you. This is Gulmik First Blade. He's the leader of the dwarf, the Steel Guard, male dwarf.
I just say that I come to offer my respect to you and to your team, knowing that you guys both won the previous ones, but also honor your king by protecting the realm and participating in these games. I just wanted to offer my respect to you.
He looks down at you for a second, kind of surprised, and immediately sticks his hand out in kind of like a soldier's handshake, and he's like, I am grateful for your words, friend. It is a hard thing to be knocked off your post, but it gives me fuel for the next, and I appreciate your kind words. Congratulations to you and your team on the victory. It was definitely warranted. You are a tough team and a good opponent.
Thank you.
And you and he clasp hands for a moment. He's like, can I get you a drink? What are you drinking tonight, friend?
What are you drinking?
We're drinking everything. And then he leads you over to the bar, and you guys start to have some drinks and yeah. Brill, are you approaching?
Sure I am.
All right.
So I'll approach the area where all of these all of the people are, where I think she might be, and I start to scope out, see where she is.
Yep. Yeah, she's there in the middle. She is the lead ambassador, so she's kind of the one that's very much always in a conversation of some kind. Sometimes it's with Catharian, Delthorndian nobles. Sometimes it's about trade. You see, there's the guild master here who represents the different guilds within the city. You see, there's conversations happening between them. There's lots that's happening, but there is a moment where you kind of see her refilling her glass in a pause between a conversation, and you see it's a good opportunity for you to get in.
Cool. So
can I keep an eye out to see if I can see if Brill's doing that while I'm drinking with these dwarves and laughing?
Yeah, you can do that for sure. All right.
Sorry, quick DM question. How do I say your name again?
Dressana.
Dressana. All right. Thank you.
Dressana Wildvale.
Wildvale.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Just so I don't. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So I will. I'll approach and I will. Hold on. Sorry. I'm just trying to remember her title. Like how I would address.
She's the lead ambassador of the Cathari.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So, Ambassador Wildvale.
She looks up at you. Brilverheim, was it?
Yes, and it is an honor to make your acquaintance.
The honor is mine. It is good to speak with you again, and congratulations on your awards.
Yes, thank you. Yes, there's lots to choose. Very interesting, very interesting items from this kingdom. It's quite interesting. We're keen to look more into them.
Oh, I'm sure that they will serve you well.
Yes. Now, I was wondering, how goes it over in the Dominion? How is I've been thinking of traveling once I've finished up with some of the. I haven't been before, so I'm interested to go and see what the Dominion's like. Is it a good time to visit in the next year or so?
She kind of looks to the side for a moment, gathering her thoughts. Well, the Dominion is a wonderful place to live and to visit. I'm sure there are opportunities at any time to come and visit our wonderful kingdom.
Yes, so I've heard. Yes, no, forgive me, I'll be blunt. As I've been wanting to go for a while, I have heard talks of a coup. Now, I haven't heard too much, but I thought if anyone was the one to ask, it would be yourself. Is there such a thing going on? Is it, is it safe within that? Like, what's happening there exactly?
You see around her, she has her her team that is close by. And as you mentioned the word coup, and I would say Quill with you would see this too, they kind of turn, even mid conversation while they're talking with others, they turn to try to pay half an ear into the conversation that you're having, especially the male elf that is that was kind of scowling before. He definitely turns to pay more of attention. With your passive perception of 18, you would notice that kind of tuning in. She says, a coup. Well, a coup is such a peculiar word. We did have a rather sudden shift in government. It is, of course, for the better. There is. We did uncover some corruption within the previous administration, the family that ruled. We did uncover some aspects of corruption and hostility and atrocities, and they were quickly removed and replaced with our current government. So we have simply made our country more safe, and we have made sure that our borders are secure, and we have been shifting hounds to places to make sure that our borders stay secure and remain secure. So nothing to fear, she says, quickly kind of like giving you a glowing smile. Nothing to fear at all. Our country is quite safe.
Oh, that wasn't my concern. Quite the contrary. I was kind of hoping for a bit of spice to my visit, shall we say. So while I'm happy that it's safe for you, that does change my travel itinerary.
Oh, I certainly did not wish to talk you out of coming.
Oh, no.
There are certain aspects of our country that are still very wild and rugged. The plains of Ovum especially house the great shells that wander along the plains that are always, hard to take down, but worth it in bounty if you did.
Lovely. Sounds fantastic. But I am curious, what danger did I miss out on here? This sounds like I've missed my chance at some grand political scheming and potential for adventure. Wow, my brain's just my imagination's running wild. What? Who were these people that were so swiftly replaced? If I may?
She goes to reply, and the male elf that's one of her companions steps close to you. Is like, it is best, I suspect, if we look forward to the future rather than looking into the past. We are focused on a secure future for the citizens of the Dominion, and we are focused on looking towards better things, not looking.
Can I do an insight check into his demeanor right now?
Sure. Yeah. Evie, what are you doing at the moment?
Sorry, I did say, but I was muted. Could I have insider check when she was explaining the coup?
Mhm.
That as well. I wanted to just insider check that.
Sure. Evie, what are you doing at the moment? Where are you?
I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna go and get some food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
17.
What was that? Sorry, Coolwith?
17.
17. And what did you get for your insight check, Brill?
19.
19. Coolwith, you're 17. You know this woman very well. And you know that you are familiar with what happened during that time. This seems to be a very party line standard response that is doing its best to not give anything away that shouldn't be given away. Brill, very much the same. You see she's about to say something, and she's cut off by a member of her own team in order to stick to an established story. You can see that she's cut off, and as he says what he has said, she immediately, yes, we're looking forward to the future rather than looking back. It was a dark time in our past as a country, and we are better for it to move on to the future.
I walk up to the conversation and I look at them both, and forgive my friend Brill. He's he loves history and is always so enthralled with all those type of instigations of who's and such, and we wouldn't want to give any disrespect to Variel. And I say, Brill, but I think we're being called out somewhere else, and I just guide Brill off.
Can I quickly say to the elf that came? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry and upset. What is your name? Sorry.
My name is Zelfa Leolith.
Zelfa. I see. Well, Zelfa Leolith, I apologize if I brought up any poor memories of the past, and here's to the future. And I hold up my drink.
He inclines his head and he says, "Yes, to the future, to all of our futures." And you guys take your step back as Quillwith pulls Brill away.
Yep, with my hand on the rapier as I walk past them.
Yeah. Remind me, where is your rapier from?
Oh, it's them. It's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the guard. And when I said that, I deliberately let it be on display for a second before pulling it the cloak back over again.
I'm going to make a perception check for him. He he seems to be more he seems to be more focused on you, Brill, than on Quilbeth, and doesn't seem to catch that movement of your rapier. But you guys move further into the gala.
I will probably point out that the fact I am still wearing my braces though. So I don't know if that would be enough for them to see or not. But that's a DM question. That I'll probably should say. It is, they are definitely on.
Yeah, okay. All right.
In this time, have I seen that sixth person yet? Or no?
You did see them as when they came together as a group when you were all invited at the front. You did see the sixth member of that team.
And did I recognize that person or no?
No, you didn't. No, it was a female human. Okay. So, is there anything else you guys wish to do as you enjoy the rest of your evening? As the evening begins to come to a close, moving later and later into the evening.
I guess when Brill and I walk off, I'll just say to him, "Thank you," and I can explain more later.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very interested to know exactly what that was all about, but you're welcome.
Okay. And with that, we'll bring our session to a close, and we will pick up here next time. So, thank you very much for jumping on for tonight's session of the Tales of Isolora. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us, and we will see you next time.